Okay, if you're someone who sends a lot of text messages, you know that it can be very cumbersome to use the keyboard on the phone itself, the soft keyboard. And even though you can use swipe or voice to text, those are faster than picking or pecking at the individual letters on the soft keyboard, but they have their own set of frustrations. Oftentimes they garble what's being said. They'll autocorrect the message to be gibberish, or at times something outright offensive. I don't know why that is. But you do have the option of using your Mac keyboard and mouse. Now, certainly if you were sending a text message to someone in the Apple ecosystem, someone who has an iPad or iPhone, well, then it's real easy. Real easy. You just bring up the messaging app, and that'll go ahead and let you send and receive text messages. You can use the full power of your keyboard, and in a business setting, that can be very, very productive, because you can just, oftentimes you do have to send lengthy messages, and that lets you get that done. But what if the entity or the person that you're communicating with is an Android user? Now, apart from feeling sorrow for them, for their poor choice, aside from that, there exists a wall between Apple and Microsoft, and there's no reason the wall should be there, but the wall is there, and that's the reality. Well, you can still use your Mac keyboard and mouse. Now, I don't necessarily recommend this approach unless you have these pieces in place for other purposes. But mainly, if you have already set up Barrier so that you can share your Apple keyboard and mouse with with Windows or Linux computers, well, now you're one step away from being able to send text messages to an Android user using that same Mac keyboard and mouse, but it won't be done through the macOS side. It's going to be done through the Windows side, and it's going to be making use of an application called PhoneLink. So let's just go ahead and take a look at that. Now you can see I have a Windows 11 computer. Its video output is being captured to my Mac. I have a HD video capture to USB-C dongle. I connect that to my Mac, and the output of that Windows computer is now captured to my Mac, and I view it using OBS Studio. And I could, putting that into full screen, you can see I 3-finger swipe, and voila, I am on the Windows side. So now, all I need to do to be able to use that same Mac keyboard and mouse to send text messages to an Android user is use the Microsoft built-in app called PhoneLink. So let me show you now how that is done. You're going to want to go to your Windows computer. Windows, you got to use Windows on this one, and it has to be Windows 11 because iPhone support was added to this app only on the Windows 11 platform, and the app is PhoneLink, and it's built into Windows 11, Windows 10, Windows 11, but again, Windows 10 only supported Android phones. So you want to open the phone up, or open up the PhoneLink app as you see here, and then you want to select your device, which is the iPhone, and then you get that barcode. So on your iPhone, bring up your camera app and scan that QR code. You see that pair of your devices. Tap on that. Click open on that. Continue pairing with Bluetooth. And then you get the pairing request, and make sure that number matches, and type pair on your iPhone. I always do it for good measure on the Windows computer as well. And after a brief pause, it'll come here to say you're almost done. You can share system notifications, turn on notifications to send and receive, turn on sync with your access. You can skip that for now, or you can continue. So let's just go ahead and click continue. And it says you're all set. Your iPhone is now paired with your PC. Now, you can have PhoneLink launch every time you sign into Windows. I do not want that. I only want to launch it when I want to use it. So I uncheck that myself, and then I click Get Started. And let me see here. I want to, in this case, you can make phone calls. You can initiate phone calls through your iPhone, as I will illustrate here. A number that I've used for years, back from an old employer of mine. Draw that number. And you can see it's going through my iPhone. And there the call is being made. Now I'm suppressing the audio for the moment because I don't want to, copyright things. But you can see the call went through, and I can drop it from the PhoneLink side, and it drops from the iPhone side. That also counts for receiving calls too. I can initiate a call to my phone, and you can see there that it's coming on the PhoneLink app, and I can accept that call on the PhoneLink side. Okay. So what I do want to illustrate here is the ability to easily send and receive text using the keyboard and mouse. Let me just go ahead here on the PhoneLink app, and I will send a text message. I'll go ahead and send that. You can see it immediately appear there on my iPhone. It was also received on the Android side. Now on the Android side, I can simply respond back. In this case, I'll just send a thumbs up emoji. You see that arrive, but you also you see the message that I sent out from the Android side. Now let me send another message. And I'll go ahead and respond back okay this time. Okay, now there's some caveats to it. You only see the text messages that were sent through PhoneLink, and only from the time that you were using PhoneLink. So if you then leave that computer, you go elsewhere, and conduct a conversation of any length, none of that is going to be reflected in PhoneLink, and nor will those sync in PhoneLink. It provides a temporary link only during the time that you're using the app. And that's just the way it works. And while that is restrictive, it's still far more than is offered from the Apple side. Because the Apple side, unfortunately, you can send and receive text messages through macOS or iPadOS to any iPhone user, but not to anyone outside that ecosystem, the Apple ecosystem. Okay, so there you have it. So as I was saying, it is a convoluted way to go about sending a text message to an Android user making use of your Apple keyboard and mouse. But it's going to be that way until Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, and Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, decide to play nice together. Now, what I really would like to see them do is this cringy thing my parents did to me a few times when I was young, very, very young. I hated it, but boy, did it give me pause, and that is to hug it out with your sibling. So it's until such time as those two can hug it out and get through the pettiness, because there doesn't need to be a wall between these two ecosystems. It's impractical to think that any power user in Apple is going to be able to avoid Windows, and it's vice versa, although not as prevalent as it is for Mac users. So why not allow there to be a bridge between them? Like it's going to kill anybody? Or it's only empowering users and giving us value. Anyway, that's my take on it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and to get more such content like this, and post any questions you have. I'll try to respond to them. And if you have your own channel, I'll subscribe to your channel. I'll watch your content. I'll leave likes. And that way we can help each other out as good neighbors. Until next time, bye-bye.